Welcome to the Wealth Ninja podcast, Glen Marsh. We've got the famous Glen Marsh right here in the studio. Glen, how are you doing?
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. Thanks for having me along here today.
Mate, it's Saturday morning. It's now 10:15. Why are you here?
Why am I here? Just every day is a working day, I suppose. So, it doesn't really matter, but it's a fantastic opportunity just to be part of the Ninja Wealth program.
Well, thank you very much for coming in, by the way. Look, we know each other now for a few years, and for our audience, I'm always the guy that sort of wants to know more about you or about your rugby career, and then where you started from and what you do now. So tell us about your rugby career first, and how was that started?
Pretty much South Auckland, humbling beginnings, really. So
Okay.
I've got a twin. He's the uglier one, but it was pretty much, we were pretty competitive, and just probably we had a bit of talent, but most of it was about work ethic that I think was well installed, and everything's a process. So it's just keep going, keep at it.
Okay.
It's that consistency, and it eventually, obviously, it paid off.
And who do you play for? Like, Tony and you represent New Zealand rugby?
Yeah, we were just Super Rugby and New Zealand Māoris, and some international rugby team as well.
Okay.
But I suppose that's put us in really, really good stead.
Yeah.
But for me, that's in the past, and it's all about also now is what's going to define me now and moving into the future as well.
And I always like to ask the same question I ask every rugby, every league player, every boxing or every sportsman. What do you do during your rugby career when you see this big, massive guy sprint 100 miles an hour hit on at you? Do you try to avoid him? What's going through your mind at that time? How do you tackle the guy?
Oh, I love that. So, but right. There's a few years ago, Jonah running at me. Sometimes it paid off.
Wow.
Sometimes it didn't. But that's why.
Do you feel the pain at the time when you get hit, or they hit you, you hit them?
No. It's just. I think it's a great game. Just the contact aspect of it. So
okay.
It's good fun. I love
Well,
it.
because obviously I'm Asian, and when I see one of these big rugby players run at me, man, you know what? My mind goes the other way. I got to go sideways, but I never run head on because I know I'm gonna get run over. So that's why I'm always curious.
Yeah.
How
I've
do you
been
guys
run over a few times.
hit on?
That's
But that's in the mindset.
Yeah. Oh, it's just as long as you're putting your body on the line, that's the key thing, I think.
Okay. So life after sport. What do you do now?
I'm an insurance or financial advisor.
Okay.
So I finished my rugby career back in 2011.
Yeah.
I fell into the insurance industry. You don't wake up one day and say I'm going to be an insurance advisor. I fell in the industry through an acquaintance of mine. I love people. I love hearing their stories, and I feel like I love being part of their journey to achieve their wealth aspirations.
So when you say insurance advisor, you cover life insurance, right?
Yeah, life insurance, income protection, trauma, medical cover.
Okay.
And then in the business space, key person cover, debt protection, and shareholder.
So who needs a life cover and who needs income protection? What sort of professional do you insure, like business?
Predominantly my clients. Growing, I suppose, in terms of they're always seeking to build their wealth.
Yeah.
Both on a personal and business aspect. So they always have certain risk exposures, I suppose. So obviously mitigating those risks are a real key.
So why would someone, like, I know that it's a touchy subject for us Asians. If you come and sell me life insurance and say you're going to die one day, leave the rest for your family, it's sort of like, we get really touchy on that. It's like we don't want to talk about death,
Yeah.
But you know what? In 1991, I tell you a story. My life insurance agent, he was a fit guy. He was like you, He trying to sell me life insurance, and I just get really offended. And then he tried for the next few years, and I still didn't buy life insurance. And you know what? I saw him, and he had brain tumor himself, and he passed away.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I said, man, if that guy is that fit and he can die, that means I could have. So it took that much for someone to pass away in front of me for me to decide that I need life insurance. So ever since then, I have life insurance. I advise a lot of my people at life insurance. But how do you find that barrier when you advise someone that you're going to insure your death?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a salesman, but yeah, I'm there to obviously look at personalise and business risks and obviously offer solutions. Ultimately, it's up to people to decide what they do. As I said, I'm not a salesman and I'm not going to push that down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I think in life it's about, well, we all know someone that's had cancer, for example, and, you know, and the potential ramifications of that. Probably today we see more and more Give a Little pages where people are forced to raise money through all health effects.
Yeah.
So to me, ultimately, it's about taking control of your own destiny, so to speak.
Have you seen some of your client pass away yet?
Yeah, definitely. And go through cancer treatment and, you know.
And obviously at that moment, or cancer or passing away, obviously the spouse is thankful to you for advising at the time to take out the policy.
Yeah.
Not that we don't want that to happen to us, but that's why it's called insurance, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just covering the. Well, I believe insurance is a balanced view, but it's about covering the significant events potentially that can cover huge consequences.
So how would that process work? Say you come see a client, what's the first thing you ask the client? Say, for example, you come and see me. I haven't met you before. I heard you on the podcast. I say, hey, that Glen Marsh and Don Howe, that subject touched me. I want your advice. What would you be assessing a client when you come and see them?
Firstly, I want to meet my clients.
Right.
I believe that long-term relationship is a real key. So obviously, ultimately, they've got to like you. I've got to want to work with the client as well. As I said, I believe the relationship is a long-term one. And then obviously understanding their needs, both in the personal and business space.
Yeah.
Understanding their risk attitudes, where they are in their cycle, and stage of life or business cycle. And then obviously going away, designing a plan that meets those needs and mitigates those risks, so to speak. And then obviously in the long term is obviously keeping in touch with clients to make sure that their plan does.
So if the client has a mortgage of 1 million or 2 million or 3 million and has a business and self-employed, is that the sort of client that needs insurance?
Yeah, of course. Generally, if you've got debt, that's a big part of a big part, I suppose, now with property prices increasing like they have. As a generalisation, people have got more debt, so their needs for insurance are potentially longer.
So would you insure just for the debt amount, or you insure for a little bit more?
Yeah, it's case by case scenario. People might want to cover, certain lifestyles. They might want to cover for future children's education. Again, there's no one size fits all, so it's about structuring a personalised plan.
And is their income, like, let's just say if you earn 100,000 or 300,000 a year, is that a 1 or 2% should be spent back in insurance? Have you got that sort of percentage?
Say about 5%, potentially.
Okay, so 100,000 is 5,000. But you know what? One statement really brings the hum was like, okay, let's just say we go and buy a Mercedes or a Toyota or a car, right? It's worth 50,000, 100,000, and we go and spend like $2,000 or $3,000 insuring the car. But human nature forget that it's the person that drives the car that can pay for the insurance, but they insure themselves.
Yeah, exactly what you've said. So as you say, everyone will insure their house contents, boat, car, business assets, but we don't insure ourselves or ultimately our health and the ability to earn an income. So
how do you change that over? How does 100% Kiwi should insure themselves?
In New Zealand, there's a real underinsurance, particularly in the income protection market. There's a Kiwi attitude. She'll be right at times, and they won't insure their income. So, I think part of the new licensing regime is making sure people do have access to independent advice, but also for people to understand what's potentially at risk. As I say, and as I said before, it's all about taking control, really, and just making sure that you can achieve your goals and when basically if the crap hits the fan.
So, obviously, you are available for anyone to contact you.
Yeah, of course.
For advice, and it's free.
It's free. It's definitely free.
Yeah. So you don't charge for consultation initially. just meet them?
I don't, as I said, I always want to meet my clients first.
Okay.
I do something a little bit different. After 3 years ago, I sold part of a stake in a business, and I decided to go out and do my own thing, and obviously establishing de-risk as such. So I tried to do, I sat back and tried to do things a little bit differently in terms of what I offer my clients as a real point of difference. So for some of my clients, I now offer an option what they pay in premiums.
Okay. Is that they save money instead of paying more?
They save a lot more money. So you're looking at 20 to 30%.
Wow,
premium,
that's a lot of saving.
Which is huge, and then it's for the life of the policy.
So how would you insure? Let's say an All Black player. How would you insure a All Black rugby player, or a rugby player, or a sportsman?
A rugby player, depending on what type of insurance, life cover, trauma is available, medical. But in terms of income protection, career ending, they'd probably have to go offshore for that.
Okay. I remember seeing this supermodel, Ziegler, and supermodel, they insure their legs. That's true. They insure their legs because if they fall over and they break their legs, they have no career left, and they actually insure their legs. I couldn't believe that was such insurance, but it does exist. So I guess rugby player, do they insure their injuries, or is that claimed to ACC?
As I said, there's income protection isn't available as such. I suppose now having a contract in place that is guaranteed for a set period provides some certainty. But I suppose for sports people, obviously depending on what sport it is, because some earn more than the others, but it's about obviously trying to establish some wealth. By the time they finish their careers, they can. Obviously, there's no added pressures as such.
Yeah, and that's why we have a program called Life After Sport, because we advise a lot of our professional sportsmen now through their high income. We put them in investment properties, and they should be millionaires after their career. And you've obviously been to some of our events, and you travel to Queenstown with us with some of our investors. And what was your experience with what we do?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's about just having your eyes open. As I said, I've known Don for a couple of years, so it's just what's available. Don sees, I think you see different aspects of an investment and how do things potentially break things down, make it work. You add value, and obviously the key thing is I suppose getting the most out of a potential opportunity.
Yeah, and look, we obviously only do things and it feels good, and it was great having you on the trip with us. And obviously, if you're looking into investing in properties, that makes your decision making a lot easier now, isn't it?
Oh, of course. I think as we know, Kiwis love property, and obviously it's paid huge dividends for people over the last, in particular, 10, 15 years. So property's been amazing for most people. So I think. Now, looking at other streams of income is a key focus. Obviously, to get ahead, and obviously property I'd say in New Zealand is the key one that we should be looking at.
What do you think of our Wealth Lynch program that we've got coming up?
Oh, it's fantastic. I just enrolled this morning actually.
Oh, good on you.
A few tickets. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm sure I'll get some great value out of it. So
we are the Wealth Lynch and wealth advice and properties and careers and business. Are you class yourself as one of the ninjas in insurance, financial advisor to protect people's assets?
I'd like to think so. Definitely. As I said, I wanted to do things differently. So as I said, I'm upfront with my clients. Obviously, that advisor client relationship is a real key moving forward. But I tell people, or my clients, how much I actually get paid. And just being transparent, I think, builds trust. So
that will be a great team for us, that we provide people with assets, and you provide the asset protection just in the event. Worst case scenario happen, at least the family, the children, their future is protected.
Yeah.
So, mate, I'm looking forward to see you on the 10th of November, and the audience might come and take some photos with you, sign autograph. And
not too sure about that.
and Tony might come along, because we can't tell the difference between the two of you guys.
yeah. No, it'll be great. Just looking forward to that. It's fantastic to be a part of the journey, really.
Well, we're looking forward to increase your business, and eventually you will kind of need an extra team to come and assist you with all the business coming your way for what you do.
Fantastic. Appreciate that, Don.
Cool, mate. Thanks for coming on the show.
Fantastic.
Great. Cheers.
Cheers.